Number 7, yes.
Okay.
Raised.
Okay. Okay, I show that it's 3:03, so we'd like to go ahead and begin the regular Planning Commission meeting. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. There will be time for comments later. Right now, we're going to start with the roll call, please.
Chair Macon is absent. Commissioner Beatty is absent. Commissioner Jabbar is absent. Commissioner Javed is absent. Commissioner Linton is absent.
We're not
Commissioner
there.
Little,
Here.
Commissioner Mason,
Here.
Commissioner Saunier,
Here.
Commissioner Templeton,
Here.
alternate Commissioner Senegar, alternate Commissioner Senegar,
Here.
alternate Commissioner Sorrell.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to approval of the minutes from the January 26th meeting. Does anybody have any questions or concerns? If not, I'll entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion, minutes to be approved.
All right,
Second.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to regular meeting items. Number 1, 2025-385.
Good afternoon. Zach Rowe of Levins Engineering and Design, LLC, on behalf of Bevelport, is requesting an abandonment to a portion of a unimproved right-of-way to both Ocean Street and Rainbow Street, located in Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas. Bevelport is the sole landowner abutting said right-of-ways and seeks abandonment of them for future commercial development. A general utility easement exists beginning at the eastern edge of South 23rd Street right-of-way, which extends east and overlaps the northernmost 10 feet of both Ocean and Rainbow Street right-of-ways. The easement continues further east and terminates at the property line and the westernmost edge of Hildebrand Bayou. Staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. Number 1, if approved, the applicant shall obtain an appraisal and title search report for the property to be abandoned at their expense. Appraisal and title search report must be submitted to the planning offices along with proof that payment has been arranged prior to the item being placed on the city council agenda. Number 2, the city of Beaumont shall retain the 10-foot wide general utility easement located at the northernmost point of Ocean and Rainbow Street right-of-ways to allow perpetual maintenance of the existing city sanitary sewer line and appurtenances. Staff sent 4 property owner notices. We received 4 in opposition and 0 in favor, with opposition stating this is my driveway and that I would like to purchase it myself and do not want that street opened. The area outlined in red is the area under review on the screen. This is the schematic provided by Lead Engineering. And for clarity, this area, the area outlined in red, is the area or the portion of the unimproved right-of-way that they wish to abandon. The area that's outlined in green is not an area that they wish to abandon. This is the subject site for Ocean Street. So that red line that we put in the picture is just an area, is approximately the area where it starts to be abandoned. It would not be forward or coming forward to us. Again, this is Rainbow Street. That red line is to indicate an approximate area of where that is to begin to be abandoned. And we do have the applicant present, and I do believe we have multiple citizens wanting to comment.
Okay, any questions of staff before we open the? Okay. I'd like to ask the applicant to come forward, please. State your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, Zach Rowe with Levins Engineering and Design. Address is 3250 East Tex Freeway. I don't have anything to add beyond the staff report, but I would be happy to answer any questions that the commissioners have.
Buddy? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this time we'll open the public hearing. If you'd like to speak for or against this item, please come forward.
When you come to the podium, please state your name and address for the record if you want to speak. Now would be the time during the public hearing. No, ma'am, if you want to raise your hand, then that would be fine, and we can call you up in that order.
For the abandonment.
This is for the abandonment, not the rezone.
Yes, this is just for the abandonment at this time.
And then just please state your name and address for the record.
So my name,
I'm sorry, you also need to keep your comments to 3 minutes. There's a little timer right there.
yes, thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Avis Shashan. I currently reside at 2828 Woodside Street in Dallas, Texas, but home will always be 4290 West Corley Avenue, Beaumont, Texas, where my parents reside. They are actually at Rainbow and Corley Street, where Rainbow, they actually paved it when they built their dream home at that corner, and actually are looking to purchase the portion that is directly south of the site. We just want to make sure this abandonment does not include that paved driveway that is existingly there. So the green portion, correct.
Okay. All right, thank you. Would anybody else like to speak for or against this abandonment section? We'll deal with the other part later. No. Okay. All right, then moving on. Mr. Rowe, you had a...
Apologies. Ms. Nisby, would you like to speak? Okay.
Anybody else? I'm sorry, I have new contacts. I can't quite see you. I'm working on it. All right, anybody else? Okay, in that case, I'd like to, yes, please come forward.
I apologize. My name is Al Bernard. I currently live at 4520 Cartwright Street, which is the neighborhood that's in question.
Okay.
My unknown, what I don't know at this time or understand is the abandonment section. So what does that mean and how does it affect what's going on? Since I don't know, I'm asking.
Okay. Is that something we can answer, or do we need Mr. Rowe to come?
I would keep the public hearing going, and then I can answer that question when the public hearing closes.
Okay.
What was it?
So that'll be a question for staff. Right now, we're in the public hearing section, so that's allowed for the public to speak as well as Mr. Rowe. So if Mr. Rowe has comments or can answer that, he can, or it'll be answered after the public hearing is closed and the commission can pose a question to staff.
Yes, come forward, please. State your name and address.
Yeah, now, I don't really know how this
I'm sorry, sir,
work.
can you state your name and address for
Oh.
us, please?
Okay, Roy Adams, 4310 Carlet Street. Okay, now I would like to purchase, that alley on Rainbow, like my neighbor get one side and I get the other side. And it's already, I got a picture here that's in Beaumont with the same situation. And this is, let's see, at the Autumn Oaks apartment, it's the same situation right here. They got the covers in, but the street not going through. And they got the left side for one neighbor and the right side for the other neighbor. And the back of the whole apartment is no through street. So they abandoned it and let each owner on each side pay for his part, and that was part of his driveway. And I was wondering, does this apply to anything right here? I got a timestamp and everything, the way it is.
That's another staff question, so we'll have to close the public hearing and let staff address some of those concerns.
Okay,
in a
because
few
they've
minutes.
been doing it, but a lot of them don't let them go through like that. And I wanted to make sure that I could do the same thing.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Anybody else want to speak right now? Okay, now I'm going to ask Mr. Rowe if he'll come back up and address those concerns, please.
So as I understand it, there was a question about how this affects Cartwright Street, which I believe is 2 blocks to the south, if I'm not mistaken. Corley? Oh, how it affects Corley? So it does not directly affect Corley. The right-of-ways of both Rainbow and Ocean Street within the Washington Manor subdivision, which is along Corley Avenue there, those 2 rights-of-ways will remain. It will just be the abandonment of the red portion there on the Bevelport track.
Okay.
And so to the second question about the abandonment of these right-of-ways to the adjoining landowners would be to the citizens to come and petition the commission, the city, to do what Bevelport is wanting to do for their portions as well.
Okay, but as to the first lady's question, that would be the green section that would not be abandoned.
The green section, yes, ma'am. My understanding is that they're at liberty to come back and petition the city as well, as we are today.
Okay. Okay, all right. Staff, commission, any questions for Mr. Rowe?
I just want to clarify, since we were saying this is approximate, the red line is going to start virtually at that tree line?
Yes, ma'am.
The red line is at the tree line?
The tree line is approximately the rear property lines of the lots that front along Corley. And so we did this off of a deed sketch, so there was no survey done to generate these descriptions. And as a part of going to council for the abandonment, a survey has to be acquired by the owner.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, the public hearing is closed, so we have a few items.
Yes, so the first question was what happens basically when the abandonment happens. So when you abandon a right-of-way or, a right-of-way, the center line, common law says the center line of that right-of-way goes to the abutting properties. So in this case, what they have requested, is Bevelport owns these properties, including these properties up here. So what they've requested is a portion of the right-of-way. So they're not trying to come down all the way to Corley. They just want to abandon the area that is within their property that they own up here. And they want to abandon it so that they can own it then, and then also develop for future commercial development. So going back to this one, just to be a little bit more clear, the area in red, as Commissioner Templeton was trying to clarify, the area in red is the portion of the right-of-way that is to be abandoned. This would not affect, although these are areas that have encroached into the right-of-way, this will not affect these green areas. And can everyone see these green areas in the audience? Okay. It will not affect abandonment here. That's why this was written as a portion to abandon, or an abandonment of a portion of a right-of-way, not the entirety of the right-of-way. And does this apply to anything with the driveways? Technically, no. That is a city right-of-way, but technically, no. These areas in green would remain as they are. These would not be abandoned. It is the area that's north. I can clarify that. So there are 2 applications on this agenda. There's this one, which is first, that's the abandonment of the right-of-way. There is a second item, and I believe that is item number 8 on this agenda, that is going to consider a rezoning. It's got to be 2 separate applications, but that rezoning will happen in the joint agenda, which will be after the regular agenda today. Yes, ma'am, we're on item number 1.
We're on item 1, right now. The sister to this is number 7.
Number 8.
8, sorry. 7 got tabled, 8, it's 8.
City Attorney Reed's going to bring you an agenda.
All right. We good? Okay. Commission, any other comments, questions? Nope. Okay. All right. So, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve as requested.
What do you say?
He moves to approve as requested with the conditions.
Second motion.
Second? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Mr. Senegar? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving on to item number 2.
Okay, first, my apologies for being late. I had the longest train in Beaumont. That stopped. Okay, we're going to go with PZ 2025-385.
That was the one that was just heard. We're on
so sorry.
2026-6.
PZ 2026-6.
Yes, ma'am. Michael Prudhomme requests an abandonment to the unimproved 60-foot wide Mildred Street right-of-way, south of his property located at 4430 Bob Street. The right-of-way is approximately 60 feet by 220 feet wide, and the city has no plans to develop the unimproved right-of-way at this time. It should be noted that an abandonment of Mildred Street as proposed would create 2 landlocked parcels owned by abutting property owners on Cadillac Lane at the westernmost edge of Mildred Street. Staff recommends approval of this request with the following conditions. Number 1, if approved, the applicant shall obtain an appraisal and title search report for the property to be abandoned at their expense. Appraisal and title search report must be submitted to the planning offices along with proof that payment has been arranged prior to the item being placed on the city council agenda. Condition number 2, if approved, a replat is required to combine the 2 parcels fronting Mildred Street right-of-way to comply with Chapter 26 of the City of Beaumont Code of Ordinances. A complete plat application must be submitted to the planning offices prior to the abandonment being placed on the city council agenda for final consideration. Staff sent 6 property owner notices. We received 2 in opposition and 0 in favor. Opposition stating, I, Kimberly Evans Robinson, heir to this property via my late father, Raymond Evans, is in opposition to this request. It hinders the owners of the Mildred lots in question from future development due to lack of property access. Furthermore, it devalues and creates too much uncertainty for what would become of the Mildred lots since they lose street access. Also, another comment was that I would like to get my land from Bob Street. So the area in red is the area under review. Again, they want to abandon the Mildred Street right-of-way. Aerial image. This is the schematic. Subject property. And I added this just to be clear on what would happen with this abandonment if approved. One moment while I get my mouse over there. Okay, so this is the Mildred Street right-of-way area. This is the applicant. If the abandonment were to be approved, it would split down the middle again, as discussed earlier. Common law says the right-of-way will be split down the middle. So what would happen here is that this portion of the right-of-way would go to this lot. This portion of the right-of-way would go to this lot. And then you can see there are 2 lots down here at the westernmost edge of Mildred Street that face Mildred. So in our Chapter 26 of our ordinances, in the subdivision code, every lot must have street frontage. And in this case, this lot is okay because it has a frontage off Mildred right-of-way. Right now, this property or this lot is owned by this property owner. This lot is owned by this property owner. So in order for this to go through and be placed on the council agenda, because what we don't want to do is create a nonconformity to the codes, these properties would have to replat to combine these 2 lots. And also this property would have to replat to combine these 2 lots right here. So that's why there's 2 conditions to this rather than just the regular appraisal condition. I'm not sure if the property owner or the applicant is here, but if they are, we should do a call.
Okay. Any questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience? Yes, sir. If you'll come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Yes, my name is Michael Prudhomme at 4435 Bob Street.
Is there any additional information you'd like to share with us, Mr. Prudhomme?
Yes, when I bought that property, it was all woods anyway, and I had it all cleared off, so you couldn't drive back there anyway. So I own that other lot, and I built that other house next to it on 4465 because I'm a contractor. And I planned on building another house on that lot. So if I got to 30 feet, it would make it 100 foot wide, so I'll be able to put two houses there. And if you left it a road there, and I build a house there, and you have two fences there and an alley in the middle, anybody can drive through there at night and pull behind that fence, you'll never see them. It's gonna be dangerous. I mean, it can be real dangerous. So I'm not trying to upset anybody by doing this, but if they really need access to their houses back there, all they have to do is come off Rena Street, because they own a lot right there and a lot there and a lot there. They can drive in that way if that's what they want to do.
And do you understand and agree to the conditions?
Yes,
that-
I'll get it replatted, but I mean, I also been cutting it for 20-something years too. So I mean, I don't know
Okay.
why they would give me
Understand.
reason to keep cutting it, for somebody else.
Sure.
I mean, you add that up for 25 years, cutting grass.
Got it. Any questions of Mr. Prudhomme?
Do you own that small structure there to the right that's, whose structure is that?
Which one?
Yes,
Pointed
that
out.
one right there.
Yeah, that's the Harper's on that right there. I don't want that part there. Mine should stop at the fence line. If I get that abandoned and they keep the rest, I don't need
can
that.
you-
If that's the intent, that was not the application that was made. So this,
Well, even if it's not, if I get it, I still would just give it to them, Because I don't need it. I mean, I'm gonna run a fence all the way across and put that, and then I'm gonna build two houses there. And that way I ain't gotta cut it anymore. If not, I'm gonna sell it. They can buy it if they want it. I'm not trying to cause problems. I'm just trying to solve a problem.
Okay, is that going to change the application, staff?
if he doesn't want to abandon the entire right-of-way, that would change the application, but planning would not be able to support it. Because if you were to only abandon this area,
I can get it all. I don't have a problem with that.
it's okay, I'll just explain it real quick. If you were to abandon only from here to here,
Yes.
that would most certainly landlock these properties right here, which would be would create a nonconformity or a violation to the chapter.
I got both of those properties there. Nobody don't even live in them. They're all deceased, except for their siblings. So right now they're empty houses anyway.
So, Mr. Prudhomme, are you going to stay with the original application?
Yes, I'll stay with the original application.
Okay, okay.
If I get it, I get it. I don't.
All right. Any other questions of Mr. Prudhomme?
Yeah.
Do we need to clarify anything with staff?
Linda?
Yes, sir.
Prudhomme,
Yes, sir.
right there, the piece you saying, is that a house? Right behind,
Behind the red line,
is that, yeah,
that's a fence.
no, okay, but you said right there, is that a building right there?
Yeah, that's a building belongs to the house right there, the storage building that's been there. It's just a little metal building. Yep, kind you can move or whatever. But that's not mine.
Okay, staff, I see you have questions.
I'm not sure at what point that shed was there. I'm sure Google Earth could tell us a tale
Well, you have
on
to
that.
ask them. But they're here.
If it is not your shed and if you were to abandon it, I guess we would need to know intention. Either way, right now, I would have to look at the Google Earth to see when it was there, but it still would pose the question of whose shed is it? If it's not yours, then
The owner
whose?
is here. They're here. You can ask them.
Okay.
I mean, it was for their father, and he's dead, Mr. Harper shed. He kept it for storage. There's nothing in there they want. It's just, old shed. Matter of fact, me and his son cut the lock off of it. Just some old stuff in there. I'm sure to get rid of it if they got to get rid of it.
If the abandonment weren't to go through today, it may warrant, I would have to get with the Public Works Department, but it may warrant a necessity to obtain a license to encroach for the shed to continue existing in a city's right-of-way.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Prudham.
Okay, thank you.
A question, with this change that he's suggesting and what you're talking about, is this something that we need to table until it's clarified?
Well, I think he said he wanted to move forward as the application is, but I do know that there are some citizens here that want to speak at the public hearing as well, so I would open the floor for them.
Okay. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Please come forward and give us your name and address. And please limit your time to 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Kimberly Evans Robinson at 4450 Cadillac Lane, and I'm in opposition of the abandonment because my property is directly behind Mr. Prudham's home, and I do not have access to Rena Street from my property. And so by going forward with the abandonment, it would basically landlock my property and greatly devalue it.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am. Yes. Anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Yes, sir. If we can get your name and address, please.
My name is Charles Harper. My address is 4460 Cadillac Lane. On this abandonment deal, like I said, I'm not really up on that word abandonment, but actually, the way the land was set up, the house was supposed to went another way. And when he built the house he built it towards Ball Street. So that's called, now he's saying he wanted the other land so he can just build another house on the side of it, but it wasn't designed for that. It was designed for the houses to face Mildred Street. That was the original plan. And now what all didn't happen, I can't answer that part. Now as far as the building, that's my building. I mean, it's just there, the building itself. So I really don't think it'd be, like I said, we couldn't get to it. And we have land that's to the downside of it. That's our land to get to. And I don't see no reason why we can't have access to it when we want to. I mean, all of a sudden they want to change the rules, in the middle of the game. I don't think that's how it should be.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes, sir.
well, I'd like to go back to the lady that spoke before this. I'm confused where her home is. Because it looks to me like it faces Cadillac, your home faces Cadillac.
I'm sorry?
No, the lady behind you, sir.
Miss Evans.
And I'm sorry, can we get your name again, please?
Kimberly Evans Robinson.
Thank you.
Yes, my home does face Cadillac. However, we have a piece of property that faces Mildred Street. And what I would like to be able to do is look at future development of that property. And if Mildred Street is abandoned, then that negates my opportunity to do that.
But you would still wouldn't you still face and have access off of Cadillac?
Those are two separate lots. And so I do not want that replatted with the Cadillac home. We'd like for them to be separate for development reasons.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Harper Young, and I am the daughter of one of the deceased, 9390 Riggs Street.
Is that in Beaumont?
In Beaumont.
Okay.
And like Mr. Prudham was, first of all, I want to know, how can we assess this property that my parents own from Rena Street? Second of all, I would like to talk about the mowing of the land. My daddy, he mowed this land with his zero turn, and the only way you can get it back there is through Bob Street. He just died at 95 years old, and he was still cutting that grass when he was 90. And then afterwards, I paid my yard person to come back there and mow it. So I don't know why he's saying that he was mowing the yard. He mowed his own yard. So I'm in opposition. I do not agree with this alleyway or street or whatever you're going to call it to be blocked off or closed. Because this is, we've been using that land for gardening. We've been using it to bring our equipment and stuff in the back. I'm talking about as far as my father. So I just don't agree with it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. Anyone else who would like to speak in favor or opposition? Okay, none heard. Mr. Prudhomme, you have several people who have had opposition. You have an opportunity to address those. And ma'am, may we get your name and address, please?
My name is Donna Prudhomme, 4430 Bob Street.
Okay.
I'm Michael's wife.
Thank you. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, so just to make sure that the record does reflect that we're not trying to cause opposition with our neighbors. You know, we have a great relationship with our neighbors. But when Michael spoke about cutting the property, he was not speaking about the properties that they own. He was speaking in reference to Mildred Lane. He has had to purchase dirt to fill in some of the potholes that were there. And also we've had abandoned cars parked there. We live right there next to Mildred Lane. It's unpaved, grass, dirt, and sometimes there was a few situations where there was some suspicious activity happening where we had to call the police. So that's where we live. It's just unused property. We're not trying to prevent anyone else from accessing it. We're just trying to make sure that none of that other stuff happens, and especially with him taking care of it and splitting the property. We're not trying to land like anybody. We know they can access the land from Cadillac Lane. All we're trying to do is just make sure it's unused, it's not paved. The street that's listed here, if we were to abandon that, it would be property that would be taxed because, of course, building another house, we built that house right next to it. That's all we're wanting to do. We're not trying to cause trouble with our neighbors. So I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, and you can never build back there on the other lots anyway. Being a builder, you never get a permit because you have no street, not a grass road. You're gonna tell me you're gonna pave all the way back there to build another house? There's no way. So I'm sorry, but that ain't gonna happen.
So just to clarify, the only thing that he took care of was Mildred Lane, not the properties in the back, just cutting the property from Bob Street in between for 25 years. We live there. We've seen the abandoned vehicles. I've had to call the police before. And it's just not something that needs to happen.
Fenced up. And if they want to, they can buy it from me and they can have it all. I mean, I don't have a
Any
problem with
questions of Mr. Prudhomme? No, thank you.
that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Do we have any questions of staff, motions, questions?
I have a question. We're a little confused over here, how people are saying that they're accessing property from Rena, but there's to these other pieces back here, but there's no, I don't show any way that's possible.
If
Sir,
this is,
sir, I'm sorry, you've had an opportunity. If you'll let us take care of this, thank you.
if this is Rena to the north, sorry, let me get my mouth, my mouse, to the north, they may be crossing private property to access back here. But yeah. That's my guess. As far as the rest of it, I'm not sure.
You show me the lot that the lady that spoke is questioning. I think it's just to the,
So
right there.
these two lots, 1 and 2, those face or front Mildred right away. There's no, they're right, there's no improved street here. So improvements would have to be done to access their property back here as far as maybe perhaps building a road or something to that effect. But if the abandonment, that's why there was this condition number 2 on there to require a replat, because their owners own these 2 properties right here for this one. And then the other owner is right here that owns this one. They could replat it in such a way where all the lot frontage is off here. Now, that's completely their prerogative. That is not a city requirement. It is just a city requirement that a replat must be done before the council can consider this item. Because what we don't want to do is abandon this right-of-way, and then these properties become landlocked, because then that would be a violation of our city code. So those would have to be remedied before the council could consider this abandonment. So right now, it's just at the beginning phase, which is the planning commission asking permission. But that's why there is that second requirement that a replat must be submitted to planning to remedy that.
So if
And that's
this,
another property owner that would have, the lady would have to actually replat it.
Yes,
And
sir.
if she refused to replat it, then this will not work, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions of staff? Okay, is there, yes, sir. Motion or discussion?
Are they planning on developing those 2 lots?
I believe one of the owners came up and said that it's possible, but I'm not sure outside of that.
Okay, Bill?
I question, maybe this should be tabled until the whole thing can be solved.
In my opinion, it's either this on the screen gets replatted together right here, or potentially they were to sell, because Mr. Prudhomme does own this lot and this lot. Mr. Prudhomme could acquire those, and then it would be a little bit, it'd be better. But again, the city is not going to force any kind of sale or anything like that. This would have to be owner initiated.
but if we approved this as is, then the only option the existing homeowners would have off of Cadillac is to basically increase the acreage of their existing homes, because there would not be any other possible use of those lots.
And that's why there's
So you're
that.
making, one property owner would in effect be making a decision for the other property owners.
No, ma'am, not necessarily. So planning commission, that's a recommendation. You can either recommend to approve with conditions, approve outright, or deny the application. That is a recommendation to council, which is why I put those conditions there, that a replat must be submitted. Now, whether that replat is for those lots, if Mr. Prudhomme were to purchase those lots are now absorbed into his property, or the opposite way where they now front Cadillac. But this would not come for final consideration to council to be effective until that's done. So there would be no forcing. That is just the steps for council to consider ultimately.
Okay, and then I have one more little follow-up question on the little metal building. What, if we abandon this, what happens to the metal building? Somebody has to take it down, or it stays there?
I don't think that it would have to come down. I think that would be absorbed into the property, but now it is on a city radar, so it may need a license to encroach if that remains a right-of-way.
Okay,
Unfortunately, sorry, guys.
no problem. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to deny.
Okay, we have a motion to deny. Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion carries to deny this one. Okay, we're going to move on to PZ 2026-16.
The property owner, Kevin Benton, is seeking approval of a replat of lots 21, 22, 23, and 24, Block 121, Cartwright, Second Edition, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, into lots 21A and 21B, Block 121, Cartwright, Second Edition, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, containing approximately 0.32 acres. The intent of the replat is to combine 4 lots into 2 and construct single-family homes on each lot that would face Terrell Street. The planning staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. Number 1, shall dedicate a private sanitary sewer easement through proposed lots 21B, block 121, to the existing alley to service lot 21A, block 121, on the recorded plat. Number 2, add a plat note stating the property owner of Lot 21A, Block 121, Cartwright Second Edition, is responsible for the perpetual service and maintenance of the private sanitary sewer line and easement. Staff sent 24 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area outlined in red is the area under review. So again, these are 4 existing lots that they want to turn into 2 lots. Aerial image. And the plat. And I believe the applicant is present.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience? Yes, sir. If you'll come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Kevin Benton. Address is 2290 Euclid, Beaumont, Texas.
Okay. Is there any additional information you want to share with us, Mr. Benton?
No, ma'am. I think they explained everything.
Okay, and you're aware and agree to the 2 conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions of the applicant?
I have a quick question. So just to make sure I understand, instead of those lots facing Palestine, they'll turn and face Terrell instead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it'll look more like the ones, the bigger ones to the right of them there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition or in favor? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a discussion or a motion?
Move to approve with conditions.
Okay, motion to approve with the 2 conditions.
Second.
Okay, all right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. PZ 2026-21.
Ripley Woodard of Meta Planning and Design, on behalf of Binnacle Development, is seeking approval of the preliminary plat of Belle Terre Section 1, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas, along with 2 waiver requests. Section 1 of the planned unit development will consist of 115 new residential lots with a mix of lot sizes including 40 by 120 and 50 by 120. Landscape reserves are incorporated throughout the subdivision to enhance aesthetics, provide buffering, and to support the overall neighborhood character. A new collector street, Bowie Bluff Drive, with a 60-foot right-of-way will be constructed to serve as the entryway to the development. The proposed collector street will connect to two new local residential streets, Anson Park Trail, Ellis Ridge Court, Fannin Ridge Drive, and Milam Bend Trail, with 50-foot right-of-ways. The applicant is requesting 2 waivers. Number 1, a waiver to increase the maximum number of lots served by a single outlet street from 32 to 115. Future phases of the development shall provide additional outlets. Number 2, or waiver number 2, a waiver to allow Ellis Ridge Trail to function as a residential street rather than a collector street. A collector street shall be installed on phase 2 of the subdivision development. It should be noted that a traffic impact analysis will be required to evaluate traffic impacts at Northwest Parkway intersection. Additionally, a capacity study will be required for the overall master plan to ensure adequate infrastructure capacity for the proposed development. Staff recommends approval of this request and the 2 waivers with the following conditions. Number 1, shall include a plat note. All property owners will be required to construct 4-foot or 5-foot, if required, wide concrete sidewalks adjacent to the street located 4 feet from back of curb at street intersections, if applicable. Sidewalks are to include construction of a 5-foot wide landing to tie in with concrete access ramps. If any lot not developed within 5 years of recordation of the final plat, the current owner shall construct the sidewalk. Number 2, shall include a plat note. Temporary erosion control measures must remain in place until permanent measures are established. Number 3, shall include a plat note. All utility easements include the right to remove trees and shrubs within the easement. Number 4, shall include a plat note. All lots shall be graded to drain to the streets and shall not drain onto adjacent lots before or after structures are built. Number 5, shall show the location of existing and proposed sewer, water, and gas mains and other public utility easements and improvements. And number 6, shall submit a master plan depicting the continuation of dead-end stub-outs and planned connectivity to the north of the development. The area in red is the area under review. This is an aerial image. And the preliminary plat. And we do have the applicant present.
Okay, any questions of staff? None? Okay, thank you. And if the applicant's in the audience, if you'll come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Yes, hi, good afternoon. My name is Ripley Woodard. Address is 5454 Washington Avenue, Houston, Texas. I have no additional comments. Staff gave a good presentation on the topic. We met, I think, a week or two ago to discuss the conditions, and we're aware and willing to meet, so.
And you are in agreeance to the conditions?
Yes,
with
yes,
the
ma'am.
waivers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions of the applicant? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
My name is Sam Parigi, and I'm at 445 North 14th Street, and I represent the owners who own that tract of land along with another 165 acres in that same area right there. And we have worked with Mr. LeBlanc on this property for some time now. I've almost taken him into raise, but we are in concurrent with him on what he's doing. And we're happy that we're involved with it. We think that will start or jumpstart what Northwest Beaumont has needed out there at Point Parkway. If we could just get Point Parkway all the way up to 105, it'd just be great. But we are in favor of it. And Jerry's done everything he can to appease the city, and there's a lot of hurdles that he had to cross. Not because of us, not because of anything other than some bad planning. Okay.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. The public hearing is now closed. Is there a discussion or a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, we've got a motion to approve with the conditions.
With conditions.
Is there a second?
Is that with conditions and waivers?
And waivers.
And waivers, yes.
Do we have a second? I'll second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion, one no. Okay, motion is approved. Thank you. PZ 2026-22.
I believe the case number is PZ 2026-21. Is that correct?
Oh, I skipped one? It is.
I see 21.
Just did 21.
Just did 21.
Apologies.
No problem.
Prompt is incorrect.
Okay, we're on 22.
22.
Okay.
Philip Jacobs of Schaumburg and Polk Incorporated is seeking approval of a preliminary plat of the Meadows subdivision, Phase 1 East, Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas. Phase 1 will consist of 19 single-family residential lots located on approximately 6.9 acres. A new collector street with a 60-foot right-of-way will be constructed to service new residential streets North Spring Street and Lupine Street, local residential streets with proposed 50-foot right-of-ways. Staff recommends approval of this request with the following conditions. Number 1, shall include a plat note. All utility easements include the right to remove trees and shrubs located within the easement. Number 2, shall include a plat note stating the responsible party for the maintenance of the common area on the north end of the development. Number 3, shall submit an updated master plan depicting the continuation of dead-end stub-outs and the planned connectivity to the Meadows subdivision west. Number 4, manholes in the collection system must be at all points of change in alignment, grade, or nominal diameter per TAC 30, Chapter 217, Section 217.55, Part A, Subsection 1. Number 5, shall rename the proposed collector street from Meadow Park due to likeness and proximity to the existing street Meadow Run and likeness to Park Meadow. The area in red is the area under review. This is out near the city limit line of Dishman and Keefe Road. This is an aerial image. And this is the preliminary plat. We do have the applicant present.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, and if the applicant will come forward, yes, sir. Your name and address, please.
My name is Philip Jacobs with Shomer Polk, 8865 College Street, Beaumont, Texas. I don't have anything to add. I think Demi explained it well. We're aware of all the conditions. We're glad to meet all those conditions. No issue with that. So be happy to answer any questions you'll have.
Do you have a new name for the street?
We will come up with a new name for the street.
Okay.
I'll have to consult with the owner on that. We have not discussed it yet.
Okay. Any questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Is there a discussion or a motion?
I make a motion to approve PZ 2026-22 with the staff recommendations and conditions.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
In opposition, motion carries. File PZ 2026-24.
Maria Garcia, on behalf of Lamar University, is requesting an abandonment of a 60-foot wide utility easement. The easement was left in place in 1968 after abandonment of a portion of Oregon Avenue between Cunningham Street and Rolfe Christopher Drive to construct the existing parking lot. The proposed abandonment will allow the university to proceed with plans to develop a new music annex building within that said parking lot. Staff recommends approval of this request with the following condition. Number one, Lamar University shall be responsible for abandoning the existing sanitary sewer line by filling with flowable fill. Staff sent 4 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area outlined in red on the screen is the area under review. This is an aerial image. You can see that it's to the south of the parking lot. Schematic. And the subject site. And I'm unsure if the applicant is present.
Okay, any questions of staff?
Applicant is here, I apologize.
Any questions of staff? No? Yes, ma'am. If you'll come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Hello, my name is Maria Garcia, and I'm representing Lamar University, the Planning and Construction Department,
May we
located
get
at
your address, Maria?
1075 Jim Gilligan Way, Beaumont, Texas.
Thank you.
Nothing to add, and we accept the conditions, so.
Okay, any questions of the applicant? No, thank you.
Thank you.
Public hearing is open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Is there a motion or discussion?
Sorry. I move that we approve file 2026-24 with the listed condition.
Okay.
Second.
We have
Second.
got a motion to approve in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. And Timmy, am I right? PZ 2025-369 has been removed?
Tabled.
Tabled by applicant.
Which one you on?
Go ahead. I believe it was, oh, you're correct, yes, I'm sorry. That, the SUP for the apartment complex?
Yeah.
It has been tabled.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mayor, we're ready for you. Mayor?
Yes. May we have roll call, please?
Mayor West?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Turner is absent. Councilmember Crenshaw?
Here.
Councilmember Durio?
Here.
Councilmember Hilliard?
Here.
Councilmember Sherwood is absent. Councilmember Williams is absent. Thank you.
All right, this is a joint meeting of the Council and the Planning Commission. The only opportunity to speak on these items is today. The Planning Commission will make a recommendation to the City Council. The items will be heard whenever first available agenda
Thank you. Okay, and 369 tabled, correct?
Yes, it was
Okay.
tabled. Well, it was pulled or withdrawn.
Pulled, okay. Okay, we're going to start out with PZ 2025-386.
So for all in the audience, this is the second part of the abandonment that was heard earlier. This is now the rezoning request. Zach Rowe of Levins Engineering and Design, on behalf of Bevelport, is requesting approval to rezone the property located at west and south of 4195 Milam Street. The request would change the zoning from RMH to GCMD 2 for the southernmost 100 feet, totaling approximately 4.6 acres, and to GCMD for the remaining 42 acres. The purpose of the rezoning is to allow for commercial development. The proposed GCMD2 area is to serve as a controlled buffer between future commercial uses of the site and the existing residential uses facing Corley Avenue. The GCM2 zoning district does require a specific use permit for all new land uses or any development within that area. Staff recommends approval of the request. We sent 45 property owner notices. We received 6 in opposition and 0 in favor. Opposition had concerns with potential density of dwellings, safety, and potential property tax increases. The area outlined in red is the area under review. And this is a schematic to fully understand what the request is. So right now, the entirety of that property outlined in red and also in blue is currently zoned as residential multifamily highest density. What they're requesting is the area outlined in red to be rezoned as GCMD, which is general commercial multiple family dwelling. And then for that area in blue just to the south of it, and I'll use my mouse to point that out, this area would be reserved, which is close to Corley Avenue, would be reserved as GCMD 2. I believe that is about approximately 100 feet. And that is to serve as a controlled buffer between any future commercial development of this area and the residential neighborhood to the south. This is an aerial image. This is a subject property. It's a very, very large property, so this is the best view we could get down here, but we could always go back to the aerial image. Properties to the north, to the west, and to the south. And I believe the applicant is present, and we also have several citizens that wish to speak.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of staff? Okay, and the applicant in the audience, if you'll give us your name and address, please.
Zach Rowe with Levins Engineering and Design, 3250 East Texas Freeway. As staff presented, the request at this time is to rezone the northern portion to GCMD and the southern portion to GCMD 2. There are no present intentions of developing this property outside of the extreme northwest corner at the corner of Milam and 23rd Street. The owner is looking at potentially doing some warehouses there that would front Milam Street. So there would not be any proposed development backing up to the houses along Corley, so no additional traffic to Corley at this time is anticipated. Beyond that, there are no future plans for development at this time. So I understand from the citizens that's a concern, but in all honesty, there are no plans for that property. And as staff presented, that southern 100-foot strip is being proposed as a way to control the development that does potentially come in the future along those houses along Corley, so that anything that happens in there would have to have a specific use permit in the future.
Okay, any questions?
What type of commercial you plan to put there on 23rd and Milam?
It'd be flex warehouse spaces, about 5,000 square foot each.
Warehouses?
Yes, sir.
I think it'd be a bad area for warehouses. Yeah.
So if there's no other plan for the larger area, why are you not just seeking rezoning of that northwest corner?
To go on and open up the entire property for future development. It's currently, as staff reported, zoned for multifamily housing. So if somebody wanted to, they could bring an apartment complex in now. But that's not the intent of the owner at this time. So he envisioned more commercial use in this area.
On your apartment, there gonna be a Section 8 apartments? You plan to build?
No, sir, there are no intentions to build apartments.
What about homes?
No intentions to build homes right now.
You know,
No, sir.
it's a warehouse.
Just warehouses on the corner of Milam and 23rd.
Would you guys be willing to come back with a plan development and a concept plan?
So the owner is also in the audience today. He might be better positioned to answer that question without me committing him to something.
Excuse me, let me get a clarification. I thought we were going for a GCMD right now, and any future development would require y'all coming back anyway.
So within the GCMD area, and staff can correct me if I'm wrong, they can have use by right within that area. So as long as the use complies with the zoning district, it can be used. But the 100-foot strip along the houses along Corley, the benefit to the city and to the citizens of GCMD2 is that's a controlled use area. And so any use within that 100-foot strip would have to have a specific use permit. And so staff, citizens would have an opportunity at that time to voice concerns for any development in that area.
Okay, for my clarification, then anything that meets the criteria can be done without coming back. Is that correct?
Within the GCMD area, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And how wide is the 100-foot strip?
It's 100-foot
long.
It's 100-foot tall, if you will, north to south, and
Okay.
it spans the entire approximately 2,000 feet along the east-west dimension.
Okay. And what is the anticipated time period that your company would develop the larger portion?
There is no schedule right now, but the owner could potentially answer that question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're saying you're gonna start off on 23rd and Milam. What makes you think you're not gonna come later on? How much later to develop this? Commercial.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it depends on potential buyers in the area, what the market is asking for. We've also met with the drainage district to get an understanding of what they would be looking for detention-wise in this area. Ms. Ingman, if you can go back to the aerial image. The strip that runs through the site is a pipeline corridor, and the district, in doing their current watershed study, has already started looking at the south, I'll call it half, of this property as a potential location for a detention pond. And so it could be that the south half of the property is nothing but a detention pond, and no commercial development would be done against those lots along Corley.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is the owner in the audience who would like to make some comments?
Good evening, or afternoon, we're still at. Rod Carroll, 1208 Roll Road, Beaumont, Texas. Basically what I'm going to start doing, I purchased this land about 20 years ago from, at that time, was Schlesinger's. So you have a little history on it. When Schlesinger's originally got that property developed, it was for apartments, senior apartments is what they were going to put in there, but that program never came to life during the time span of that foundation. What I'm planning on doing is basically, he said warehouses. I'm looking at 5,000 square foot office / warehouse, putting them in there and basically fronting them on the Milam side and then continuing back. The drainage district has already approached me in the preliminary stages. They have done some studies of purchasing 22 acres, and we're in the very preliminary discussions up against the subdivision. That will save the subdivision from flooding and any future floods. That's one of the key aspects of putting that in there. In the 100-year flood, that area would be under, I think it was 3 feet of water. So by buying that 22 acres from me, that would save that neighborhood and also several businesses on the College Street section. So you kind of have an idea. Basically what I'm going to do is just I'm going to build probably 4 5,000 square foot warehouses, maybe 3 up there on Milam. and rent them out, lease them, and then continue on developing the back property, having the back property cleared out. Right now, one of the foremost problems I'm having is I have a homeless encampment that I've had to go out there several times along with police to chase people off that property. So I'm trying to get that property cleared so we don't have any future problems.
So just clarification. So south of the drainage ditch, correct? You're talking
No,
about
pipeline. If you can see the pipeline, yeah,
You're
that's,
talking about putting in a pond?
that is what the drainage district will purchase the property and put in a 22-acre retention, detention. I'm not sure on the engineering part of that. If
Right.
it's, but basically that will keep the water in that subdivision from taking over those houses in a 100-year flood.
Would that pond take care of, ocean?
I'm not sure, Eddie, I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry, Commissioner. I am not sure. That is what they're, one of the things, as we all know, we learned a very dangerous lesson during Harvey, is how quickly the water will rise. Then we learned it again in Imelda, which came with a fury and just stayed for a short period of time, many homes being flooded. I will tell you that I will work with the drainage district on coming to an amicable, price and amicable, because the last thing I want somebody else to do is go through what I went through twice of my home flooding.
Okay, any questions? Thank you, Rod.
Go ahead.
Okay, the public hearing is now open, and we are going to have a 3-minute time period per person. So if you all are saying the same thing, if we could have a leader. Okay, so
Well, real quick, I do want to clarify, anyone that wants to speak should be able to come to the podium.
yes, okay. Thank you.
Ladies first.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of the City Council, Chairwoman of Planning Committee. My name is Ava Shashan. Again, I reside at 2828 Woodside Street in Dallas, Texas, but home will always be 4290 West Corley Avenue, where my parents live. I do have a PowerPoint presentation, but unfortunately they were not able to load it. But as the applicant stated, I have several reasons why to deny this zoning case that they've even outlined themselves. One is traffic concerns, ingress, egress problems with this site, significant drainage issues, and then negative impact to the neighborhood to the south. So the proposed zoning district that they want to rezone this site to, which is General Commercial Multifamily District and General Commercial Multifamily District 2, y'all's zoning regulations state that these type of districts should go 2 or more intersections along frontage of major highways or major thoroughfares. Milam, 23rd Street are collector streets. The proposed uses under these zoning districts would not allow for the traffic that would be generated by the uses that are allowed under GCMD, which would be permitted by right. So Milam and Denton Drive are currently not even lined or paved. South 23rd Street would not have the traffic signalization to accommodate it. All are 2 lanes. Milam and Denton Drive right now are rarely used. They're in poor condition and do not allow for adequate stormwater infrastructure. There's no cover gutters. Milam right now is elevated above Denton and the water drains into Denton, and they're basically bell ditches right now. The site has no access to Interstate 10 currently. The current street system, again, cannot accommodate personal and business uses, which would be community-wide, which could include liquor stores, furnishing, entertainment by right. It also would allow for shopping centers and multifamily. So adequate ingress, egress. As mentioned, there's a nitrogen pipeline bifurcating the site. You can see from the clearing of the aerial. There's also a 10-foot public utility easement that has power lines running through it. So the concerns would be how would it allow for adequate fire lane access? Where will the entry and exits be? Because right now there are no curb cuts along South 23rd or on Milam Street for that site. And then currently Ocean and Rainbow Street do not connect to Milam Street. So I have pictures of where this neighborhood has flooded. Allowing for this development would obviously increase the impervious surface where water would not be able to flow. Milam Street, again, offers no curb or gutter or stormwater management. And the flooding has occurred during events that are not subtropical.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, your 3-minute time period's up.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Jamie Smith, 4430 Roberts Avenue, Beaumont, Texas, former city council member from Ward 4. Once you allow any entrance inside of something, is going to make a whole change to the whole neighborhood. I don't stay within the zone. Even a 100-foot buffer, I don't think is sufficient enough of a buffer between residential and the general commercial. Even if you allow the corner, there's houses to the left, there's a house to the left of Milam up there, the whole neighborhood's going to change. When I moved into the neighborhood 15 years ago, I did my research. It was multifamily residential, stuff for a home, for people to live and thrive in, to somehow get the American dream that everyone dreams of, home ownership or residents in the area. Now you're opening up to changing it to, you say, yes, just that one corner, you're going to change it to warehousing. But we all know that opens it up for the whole 46.7 acres to be changed to something we have really no input in. Once the toe is put in, once that inch is given, the mile will be taken. And I'm sure that DD6 is going to try to work with you to put a retention pond back there, regardless if you get it changed or not. So, I mean, that's a good point to bring up, but I'm sure, yes, we've had flooding several times. And like she said before, even rain, we have flooding issues. But I'm very much opposed, as much as my neighbors are opposed to this change in the zoning of that property, because we are afraid of what it's going to do to our neighborhood. Once you allow commercial to come in a small neighborhood like that, you're killing us. You're cutting us off from living the kind of life that we want to live. We have many senior citizens here. They will be scared. I'll be scared for them to live comfortably in their home. So I beg of you, please deny it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Dora Nisby, and I reside at 4520, the Great Corley Street that has been referred to so many times today. I live right in back of the description that has been given to this property. So I'm really concerned if anything is changed in the zoning. My home has not been flooded. Other homes have been flooded, but mine has not. But I have had to pay for fallen pine trees on my property that came from the property now that was in the 46.5 acres, because the owners of this property have not taken care of that property and allowed the pine trees to grow, I say, a mile high. And when the storms come and the pine trees fall on my fence and almost on my home, I have to repair it. They don't come, they don't look, they don't know, they don't care about the conditions of the property and what we have to contend with. When we purchased the property, and I've lived there 48 years, we were promised that this would be single-family members' dwellings for the entire area. And that's what we have anticipated, and that's what we have expected all these years. Now, 48 years later, I have to face with businesses, property, or multiple dwellings, or whatever kind of design that they are planning to put there. I'm opposed to any changes. I hope that the persons who sold us the property will keep the promise and keep the zoning as it has been for the past, I say, more than 48 years. I've been there 48 years, so 60 years. Keep the zoning as it is now, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nisby. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Melody Carrier. I live at 4690 Prairie. I live in the subdivision that we're discussing today, and I'm here with a number of my neighbors to oppose this change of zoning. I understand that this is already zoned a certain way that we may not be happy with, But commercial zoning, first off, it gives them a wide open range. They don't have to come back to you and ask or tell us what they're going to put on the rest of that property. The owner said that the drainage district is going to help with the drainage. Well, that's not to help us. That's to help with the fact that we're going to have a bunch of concrete out there that's going to place water down our neighborhood. This neighborhood has been existing for over 50 years. I've lived in this neighborhood for over 25 years. So it is home to me. I've raised my kids there. I intend to live there for a long time. I know that the streets would not be able to take the traffic that this development will bring. Not only will we have flooding, we'll have additional traffic on the street. Right now, when I-10 is closed and 90 is backed up, everyone comes through 23rd. You put extra stuff on that street, we're going to have even more traffic. My kids are grown, but people are moving into our neighborhood. They're raising families in our neighborhood. So there are kids who are in the neighborhood, who are playing, who are riding their bicycles. We do have to deal with the homeless problem. We do. But to add on to our neighborhood, which is a thriving middle-class neighborhood, to add things like this, when there is extra space all around us and all around Beaumont, where commercial property can be had without bringing it into our neighborhood. We're asking that you really consider this, you consider us as your neighbors, and you say whether you would want this to be in your neighborhood. We're surrounded by commercial, but we have kept the enclosure of our neighborhood such that we're a family. Can everybody who lives in the 23rd Street neighborhood stand up for me? And you can see with you rescheduling this, we've still showed up. And we're going to show up. If you look at the voting rates of our neighborhood, we vote 98% in our neighborhood. So we are giving people to this community, and we're asking you to look out for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carrier. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I am Palme G. Reed, 4515 Roberts Avenue. I come in agreement with everyone that has spoken so eloquently and from the heart. My point is that they came in like thieves in the night and they started cutting down stuff before they even got permits. So I don't trust them. We have worked hard to build our homes, and we don't want something coming in that's foreign to us. They could change. Like they said, he hasn't given anything concrete to say that, okay, we're going to do this now, and then later we may change it. We don't trust you. We don't want you, period.
Thank you. Sure.
Hello, my name is Chris Durio, and I'm the current councilman for Ward 4.
And your address, please?
My address is 800 Main Street.
If he's speaking in his capacity as a city council person, then he doesn't have to give an address because it's a joint public hearing.
Thank you.
And Councilman, I would caution you that because this matter hasn't been voted on and it's still going to go to council, to keep your questions and statements neutral.
I don't have any questions. I just want to say that I think that the people have spoken.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Bonnie Montague. I am at 1310 Calvin Street. Never been to one of these. I just purchased that house a handful of months ago. I looked at 24 different homes looking in Beaumont. I finally found a house, 24 homes. I've looked at the schools, I've looked at the area for kids that I haven't had yet to grow up in this area. It's quiet, it's beautiful, it's perfect for this whole little Beaumont area, but then you're going to come in and you're going to say you're going to put up warehouses with something hidden in behind that. We don't know what's going to be built after these warehouses are built. We really don't. It's going to be completely open where they can just walk in and build apartment complexes that none of us want. We all know that as soon as you build apartment complexes, not good people come in. I lived in apartment complexes year after year after year, and finally have a home in a beautiful neighborhood with beautiful surrounding trees, everything. There's wildlife out there. It's gorgeous. Like every night I have deer and animals come out in the middle of Beaumont. I'm right off of College Street. This place is beautiful. It's our home. As soon as, if this is approved, I will sell my house immediately. I will not stay there. I won't, because you don't know what's going to be brought in. I mean, yes, we have to deal with the homeless people and the flooding, but this type of project is going to bring in people walking up and down on 23rd Street. You don't know what's going to be brought in. And I understand it's warehouses, but you don't know what's going to be brought in after you build those warehouses. And I'm not trying to say anything negative about what you're doing, but for us as homeowners, as me who've just searched 24 different homes and I've just been in my house for 4 months, this is going to change everything. I'm going to have to sell my home immediately. I will not stay here. I won't. The people that are going to be brought here are not. I don't think it's going to be a good thing for this neighborhood. It's a diamond in a rough. No one knows about this neighborhood. It's hidden. It's hidden. No one knows. Like I searched, but thank you.
Thank you.
I disagree.
Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Rose Shashawn, 4290 West Scorley Avenue, Beaumont, Texas. I would like to yield my time back to Avis Shashawn if possible.
No, ma'am.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. The proposed zoning regulation states multifamily should be used as a buffer between commercial and medium-density residential development, not single-family development. No max height restrictions, no residential proximity slope. It's not working. I'm sorry. What's going on? Okay, our concerns are impact to the neighborhood, decreased privacy, increased noise, increased property taxes, raising parking concerns, possibility of increased crime, lead to the loss of existing natural barriers, increase impervious surface, flood management, eliminate migration of sound from noise generators along College Street, wildlife, natural conservation. Okay, that's why I am opposing. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everett Alfred, 1335 Calvin Street. I agree with everything that they have said. The last lady is my neighbor. It is a diamond in the rough. But I have another concern that haven't been brought up. There's 2 red lights that blink. If you bring something in there and it increased traffic from College to Washington, there was an incident occurred long before I came. My kids have been raised there. We've been there 25 years. We just want to make sure you understand it's a family atmosphere where people walk, exercise, enjoy themselves, and it's quiet. We want it to stay that way. We beg of you to consider what everyone has said, because it is home to us. We would appreciate you considering that. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who has not spoken?
Can we limit this?
My name is Sharon Boutte Stevens, and I live at 4610 Roberts Avenue. And this is very emotional to me because I have lived in this neighborhood since I was 12 years old. And I'm the third generation to buy in this neighborhood. And if you allow this to continue, what's going to happen is history is going to repeat itself. The incident he spoke about earlier, my neighbor, Mrs. Green, had a child, and she was crossing the street to go to her mother's house, and she was killed. And this is after they allowed O'Reilly's to get there, and all the traffic is coming down the street. And so they had the stop signs there, but nobody pays attention. I live on the corner of 4610 Roberts and right next to 23rd Street. Already, by you having the old folks' homes, they're fine. But then when they're going to O'Reilly's and going to Golden Corral, nobody pays attention to that 30, 40 mile an hour speed limit. They're driving 100 miles an hour going down the street. And there's children all over the neighborhood, seniors walking for their health down the sidewalk. You allow this to be passed, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to put Section 8 houses there. And all of the years that we've paid property taxes for generations, our homes are not going to be worth anything, nothing. And we've given you taxes every year. These taxes are just as high as the West End. And it's just not fair. And I would hope that you'd have enough God in your heart to have mercy for us and not allow this zoning to be approved.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm Shirley Simon. I reside at 4810 Corley Street. And I have been in the neighborhood, my best estimate is at least 45 years old. 45 years. We are a very, I just can't really, there's not a word to really describe us. It's just like it's a niche. Everybody in that neighborhood, they look out for each other. And it upsets me to hear that we don't have enough information given to the neighborhood about what this property is going to have on it. And see that pipeline, those pipelines that run through that section? ExxonMobil has 2, highly volatile liquids. Sunoco has 1, Mobil Oil has 2. So these are all pipelines that are running through that area. So has that been addressed as how they're going to deal with those pipelines in that area and how it will impact our neighborhood? Also, when I called the zoning number, I found out that the property's already been blocked off. Block 17, block 36. And the parcels have been divided up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parcels. And then the tracks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks. Can the owner please explain to us what that involves? Because, you're saying you're using the top left portion of that property for multiple warehouses with huge square footage, but you're not telling us about the rest of the property. I know if I'm a business owner and I bought property like that, I would have it already mapped out as to what I want to do with that property and how it's going to affect my bottom line. So is your bottom line, don't care about the neighborhood? Is your bottom line, I'm in for the profit? So explain to me why you already have all these blocks, parcels, and tracks already mapped out. Thank you.
Thank you. Just one moment.
My name is Charles Harper. I live at 4415 Cartwright. The area that we're speaking of, I've been there 33 years. It's my wife and I dream home. everybody, I think, sticks together, and also it's gold to us. The area, it's a gold. It's gold. It's in a good place for us to be. It's happening. We built in there, and we are happy where we at. And to have that changed, I mean, it was like a bit disjustice to us because we took our time, settle down, and see where we want to go. For something else to come in like that and disrupt our lifestyle, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't want it to happen to you guys. I mean, seriously. I mean, hate to do it that way, but you wouldn't want it to happen to you like that. It's just not, I guess it's not fair, but it should be better planning. That area is gold to us. It's our palace. It's our getaway. And yes, as far as the other thing that goes on, traffic, yes, that's 23rd is not, it can't handle that kind of, for one thing, it can't handle the traffic. And then next thing, we're going to have potholes. And then it's raggedy. And then, of course, when the streets get raggedy, it affects, our vehicles, so we got more troubles. Not just the house and the property. Now we got to deal with the roads. So, as you say, we're family, all of us here. And that's why we're here. So I hope we can not pass it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? Okay. If not, the public hearing is now closed and the applicant has an opportunity to address the issues.
So we've heard the comments from the public. I'd like to start by pointing out that the property is currently zoned for multifamily housing. So if it was desired, somebody could come in and build an apartment complex today. That would be allowed by right once it's permitted through the city. All we're asking is that permission be granted that commercial use be allowed as well. From a traffic standpoint, both commercial and multifamily housing would probably be anticipated to have the same level of traffic generation. Commercial would have the benefit of traffic being during business hours as opposed to any time of the day if this was an apartment complex. As far as drainage goes, the drainage district was considering the 22-acre detention pond prior to Bevelport approaching the district, seeking understanding of their planning and design requirements. So whether or not any development is done on the property, the district is still interested in constructing a 22-acre detention pond to benefit not just this property, but also the surrounding area downstream of that pond, so the areas south of the pond. Any permitting requirement would have to still go through the city. So anything within the property still has to be reviewed by the city to ensure that it complies with city requirements. As far as the pipelines crossing the property, we have not approached the pipeline owners. They are very stringent about what happens on those rights of ways. If anything, the only thing that would be within those rights of ways would be paving or utilities crossing, most likely at a perpendicular angle. They're very, like I said, they're very stringent. So all due diligence would be exercised in that area, making sure that none of those pipelines are disturbed. And as far as the parcelization of the tract, that was done, if I recall correctly, around 1940 when this area was originally subdivided and the rights of ways of Rainbow and it escapes me, the two streets that were asked to be abandoned. When those rights of ways were dedicated, those lots were created at that time. So the current owner simply purchased the tracts as they're currently situated and did not create the underlying parcels. And I think I've touched on everything that was addressed, but I'd be happy to answer anything else.
Okay, any questions of Mr. Rowe? Yes, sir.
Would the owner consider a GCMD2 on this?
says yes.
Yes.
There would be a compromise to where they would have to come back with everything they decide to do on it to get approved again. Am I right, Demi? Is that right?
GCMD 2 does require a specific use permit for any new land development.
This would be a compromise. It's only an idea.
Okay, any other questions to Mr. Rowe? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we had lengthy conversations and concerns. Do we have a discussion or a motion?
I have two quick clarification questions for Demi. When we're looking at our map that looks like this, what is the pink that's across Milam? Is that GCMD?
Yes, ma'am. To the south. I'm sorry, to the north. This is GCMD.
Yeah.
And then right here is GCMD 2.
Okay. And then there's also GCMD below Prairie there.
There is, yes.
Okay. And then just to clarify for everybody here, so this is currently zoned RMH, which allows apartments. It could also allow single-family homes. It's just not restricted to single-family homes, correct?
That's correct. It would allow for 29 dwellings per acre, up to. So depending on how much acreage there is 46. I'm not good at math on the fly, but that's about 46 times 29 is about how many dwelling units they could have on that area if it were to be developed as an apartment complex.
Okay,
One more question.
sure.
Would it be appropriate in this particular hearing to recommend to be approved as a GCMD 2, or would they have to come back?
They need to come back.
It would, yeah.
They need to come back. It wasn't posted that way. So proper notice, and the individuals here came to speak on that one. So in order to do your recommendation, Commissioner, you would have to either table it and ask it to be brought back with the consideration as a GCMD 2, which would allow the notices to be sent out and get proper notice to the residents there to see if they were in favor or in opposition.
We're ready for a motion.
Okay,
Are we ready for motions?
we are waiting for a motion.
I make a motion that we table it, and hopefully they'll come back with a GCMD 2.
Tabled to the next meeting or tabled into when?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
So are you tabling it into the next meeting or just?
I'm tabling it until they make a decision of what they would want to do.
No. So when you table it, you have to table it with a purpose or instruction. So if the applicant didn't say that that was something that they wanted to consider, so they would obviously have to apply. Otherwise, you'd have to consider, because they could not bring it back and it'd be tabled indefinitely, right? So you kind of have to give instructions.
Suppose we table it and the applicant come back with a GCMD 2 application.
Ask a question. If that were the case, would he have to come back and pay the fee again to do all that if it's tabled?
Can he modify it?
Modified?
At least the publication fee, because that is a cost to the taxpayer, so that would need to be recouped.
So you could amend his application, but the publication fee would still be applied.
Okay.
I would just like to say that I appreciate all of the concerned citizens, and I want you to know that I hear your concerns and I share your concerns, and I do agree. I wouldn't want this happening in my neighborhood, and I just want you to know that I hear you, and I appreciate all of you taking the time today to come out and to represent your neighborhood very well.
I'd like to make a motion to deny.
Okay. So do we have formal motion?
I second.
Wait a second. Did you make a formal motion, Bill?
It's acceptable legally. I mean, I'm not sure what else to say.
The current motion on the table, or current motion is to table, so you would have to assert, or y'all would have to assert which way you want to go, and then after that, the motion. And Sheree, please clarify me if I'm, or check me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, so you need to clarify. The only thing you have to do, Commissioner, is say when you want it back. So you can say you want to see it come back for the next meeting, which gives the
Let's
applicant.
modify that to come back the next
Look at
meeting.
deny this, right? Hammond?
So he put a motion to table,
So there's-
and they
so-
wanted to come back with a motion to deny.
So here's the thing, a motion to table requires a second and a vote. If it fails for lack of second, then the chair can call for another motion to do that. But the motion that's on the floor right now is to table into the next meeting. The commission has to vote on that motion.
Okay, do
If
we
it-
have a
I believe it, I'm not sure if it received a second. or
Yes,
not.
so we have a motion on the floor to table it. Do we have a second? None, so that motion is denied. Then we have another motion.
To deny.
And I second.
We have a motion to deny and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion to deny is approved. Move on to PZ 2026-5. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me.
Please exit, the meeting is still going on. We ask that you exit quietly to not disrupt the meeting. The meeting is still in effect, so we ask if you're going to exit quietly.
Thank you. Okay, PZ 2026-5. Staff,
One moment, just letting the crowd clear
we're
out.
going to let them go.
Okay. PZ 2026-5 is a request for an approval for an SUP to allow a nail salon within the GCMD 2 district. This is located at 4515 North Major Drive. For all new proposed land uses, a SUP is required in this zoning district. This Mila Nail Bar will specialize in manicures, pedicures, gel and acrylic nails, nail art, and basic spa services. And the salon will operate Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. Number 1, shall obtain all applicable permits and inspections through the Building Codes Department. And number 2, construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including requirements of the city's backflow pretreatment and/or fog program. Staff sent 9 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area outlined in red is the area under review. This is an aerial image. This one is a little bit out of date because there is some development that has occurred here. As far as a strip center, this is the site plan. Subject property. Again, they want to go into one of these units. Subject property continued. Subject in west. Properties to the north, to the east, and to the south. And I believe we have the applicants present.
Okay, any questions of staff? Okay, is the applicant in the audience? Yes, ma'am. If you'll come forward and give us your name and address, please.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Jacqueline McDonald, and I would represent for her. She was wanted to waiting to. For
That's okay.
approval.
What is your address, please?
5185 Ada Street.
Thank you. Okay. Do you have any additional information you'd like to share with us?
Not really. We pay most of everything, just waiting for their permits to be approved.
Okay, and she agrees with the 2 conditions that were listed?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion? Okay, we have
Second
a,
it. With the conditions.
okay.
I second it.
I have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. The 2026-19.
Daniel Dotson of Fitz and Shipman is requesting approval of a rezoning from residential single-family dwelling district and GCMD multiple family dwelling district to a light industrial zoning district for the properties located at 7385 and 7495 Finette Road. The intent of the rezoning is to allow for a proposed warehouse storage facility with a laydown yard. According to the comprehensive plan of Beaumont, the property is located within a light industrial area, so this request does align with the current comprehensive plan. It should be noted that a portion of the property is within the special flood hazard area, and any construction will need to be in strict compliance with the city's adopted flood damage and prevention ordinances. Planning recommends approval of the request. We did send 9 property owner notices. We received 0 in favor and 0 in opposition. The area outlined in red on the screen is the area under review. You can see the 2 different zoning districts of residential single family and also GCMD. This is an aerial image. This is the subject property. Subject property continued. You can see some of that area, the dirt is disturbed. They did obtain a demo and grading permit to remove the residential structure that was there. Properties to the north, east, west, and south. And I believe the applicant is present.
Okay, any questions of staff?
I have a question. Is there LI close to this, across the street or something? Our map doesn't show us.
Yes, ma'am, let me go back. Yes, directly to the northeast.
So across.
So here, I can take it with my, my mouse. Right here, all of this gray area, that's all light industrial.
Okay, so we're not putting something random here that's
No,
not.
and this is the city limit line right here.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, and the applicants in the audience? Yes, sir.
Daniel Dotson with Fitz and Shipman Engineers, 1405 Cornerstone Court, Beaumont. Don't really have anything to add. I think she covered it very well.
Okay.
But I have any questions. If y'all have any questions, I'd be like to answer.
Any questions of the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor or in opposition?
Hi, Sam Parigi, 445 North 14th Street. Catty corner from that point right there at the corner of Flint and Major Drive, or Finette Road, I mean, and Major Drive. We have a 177-acre industrial park right there. And that is all industrial development right there. This is perfect for what you're trying to do. Dr. Pepper owns adjacent there, and I would imagine that they wouldn't mind rezoning theirs industrial also. But if you look across the street, all of the stuff that Phelan's put in along Major Drive is all industrial. That travel trailer park is industrial, and I think it fits perfect with what the city of Beaumont is trying to do.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor or in opposition? None heard. Public hearing is now closed. Do we have a motion or discussion?
I move we approve as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank y'all, and the meeting is adjourned.
Let me ask you a question.
They can appeal. Well,